What is going on, everybody? It is your boy French here with the French-Hoock Connection. With me, as always, is my wonderful co-host, Andrew Hook. And unfortunately, guys, we have no time this week to do a week in review. So we're just going to do a quick one, like 5 to 10 minutes review. And we also have some big news for the podcast coming up. We are changing up the format a little bit for you guys. We have huge plans coming, but without further ado, let's do a quick burn through the past two series. The Yankees swept both of them. We swept the Cubs and the Rays. Game 1 against the Cubs, we won 2-1 in a 13-inning thriller, which Jose Trevino walked off. Absolutely insane. Game 2, we won 8-0 off of a great start by Jordan Montgomery. 6 solo home runs in the ball game.
Jeez.
You gotta love that. 2 from Judge, I think.
It was. Yep, 1 from Rizzo. Absolute bomb.
Yep.
First one against the Cubbies.
Yep.
So, there you go.
That was big for him. There's one by Stan, one by Torres, and I think Trevino hit a home run too.
Yeah, everyone was on point that day.
Everyone was on point.
Definitely.
But the following game, we won 18-4, and that was following a bad start by Tyone in back-to-back starts. He's had 2 rough starts in a row.
Definitely.
Giving up at least 3 runs and 7 hits. Things not looking too good for him. His ERA jumped from like 2.3 to 2.93 or something like that the past 2 games.
Yep.
Not great, but hopefully he can get back on track. Anyways, it didn't matter because we scored 18 runs. Like, how do you...
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Tyone was that you're going to have bad games, but you got the offense to back you up on that situation.
Absolutely.
So, the 18 runs, 2 homers from Matty Ice, the first 2 homers of the season with Higgy, especially the slow pitch one that was the slowest pitch
ever hit.
in the Google Cast. The start of the Google Cast stat era. So, pretty cool nonetheless.
Absolutely. The slowest pitch in the StatCast era that's ever been hit for a home run. It was 35 miles an hour. And it was in the 9th inning. No, it was in the... it was the top...
Top of the 8th.
No, bottom of the 8th.
Okay, yeah.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Higashioka, there was no one on base. I think it was like a 2-1 count or something like that. And Frank Schwindel, their first baseman, is pitching because they've given up 18 runs, obviously. And he crushed it to left field. It was hilarious. Absolutely loved it. But Matt Carpenter with 2 home runs in the game, 7 RBIs. He's absolutely nuts.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, the dude has a 1.5 OPS at the moment with a 33 batting average. I mean, this dude should be a starter somewhere else, and he's content of being a bench player for the Yankees, which is something very rare for someone to come into this situation. And even in a championship situation, I mean, he said that I'm happy to, bag the luggage for the team.
Absolutely. He's happy to do pretty much anything at this point. He's the oldest guy on the team, I'm pretty sure.
Fabulous mustache.
Absolutely. He's starting a new trend. Everyone's getting a mustache now.
Yep.
You get a mustache. You get a mustache.
Marlin, Leadage, everyone.
Everyone's getting the mustache. I think Trevino is even growing a little 13-year-old mustache sort of thing. But yeah, man, it was a great game. 18-4. You love to see that many runs from the team.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
This team just what that tells me is this team just continues to show that they can win in pretty much any freaking way that they want to. It's like you get a bad start from the starter. Okay, we're gonna score 18 runs and back you up. Like, what is that?
Confidence is an all-time high, and when you play with high confidence, you can play however, like a high-intensity level, and that's what the Yankees are doing right now. They're playing with just absurd amount of confidence.
And that trickles down to the fans. I've never felt more comfortable with a Yankee team in my whole life.
Neither have I. And the 2019 team was pretty special because we've mentioned this before. That 2019 team was special because when one guy was going down, it was just like, you go in. This team is staying healthy. I know there's a couple guys like Elizna and Chapman. They're both down, but honestly, everyone's staying content and healthy.
Yeah.
I know we got a couple of players slumping. I mean, that's a whole nother side topic, but everything else, I mean, we can take the bad with the great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's not an issue at all.
Absolutely not. I mean, no one on the team really has a crazy stat line other than Judge. Like, Judge he's got MVP numbers, but...
On pace to get 70 homers.
Yeah, let's not even talk about that, because we could spend a whole episode on him potentially breaking Barry Bonds without steroids.
Okay, no. All right.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there.
But Anthony Rizzo, yes, he's been hitting a lot of home runs. He's been hitting very well, playing great defense. He's been one of our better players this year, but
definitely
his batting average is only like 230, but it doesn't need to be high.
No, definitely not, especially when you're a former Gold Glover.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, defense is all game, and then as long as you're producing runs, that's all that matters.
He was built to be a Yankee.
He really
Anthony
was.
Rizzo was.
He definitely was. I mean, you could tell his locker room presence, the pictures he takes on a weekly basis with Wandy staring off the distance and he's smiling.
I know.
I mean, the dude is such a great presence in the locker room and a very great guy as well, giving off charities and all that with his organization.
Absolutely.
From Chicago, and now he's implemented it to New York. It's great.
I know. How do you not love Anthony Rizzo? Even if you're not a Yankee fan, like, I loved Anthony Rizzo before he was a Yankee.
Oh, yeah.
I was so happy when he came to the Yankees. Like, I didn't care what he did. Just his presence alone. Like, I just love the way the guy carries himself. Like,
exactly.
He was amazing to watch when he was in Chicago, and I'm happy that he's here.
Oh, yeah. Just something we need with this championship caliber team.
Yeah, definitely.
And he knows how to win one because, well, he won one.
Yep. And bring another guy from the NL Central, Matt Carpenter, who's also won a championship too.
Two, right?
I think it was only one.
Maybe. Oh yeah, because he didn't play in 07. That's
no,
right.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But yeah, that was the Cubs series. I mean, do you have a player for the series? It's tough to pick because I feel like everyone played.
I gotta pick Matty Ice, man. I mean,
for that game, yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's the obvious choice, but at the same time, it's the easy choice.
It is the easy choice.
Yeah. So I mean, like we said before, a guy coming off the bench producing that sort of numbers, that comes in a very rare bunch.
Absolutely. I'm gonna give my player of the week player of the series honors to Kyle Higashioka. Such a big thing for him. 9-hole hitter coming up and hitting a home run, and he's gonna have a big moment upcoming in this Rays series. We're gonna talk about that as well. But just imagine a guy like that heats up. He's our backup catcher. Like, are you kidding?
Yes.
Hitting 2 home runs in a game. Like, Trevino's locked as the starter, but give him days off every once in a while, and Higgy's coming in and doing that? Absolutely.
Definitely, and especially with Higgy being a solid defender just like Trevino. It's kind of debatable who's the better catcher, if that makes sense. I think it's Higgy that's the better catcher, but Trevino has been making some dominant plays lately.
I think Trevino has a better arm.
Yeah, but defensively, when it comes to, like,
blocking
and discussing with his pitchers,
I think
Higgy gets that nod, but
framing wise, I think Trevino has that though.
I think so too. And fun fact about Higgy, his first 100 plate appearances this year, 0 homers. Last 6, 3.
Three in his last 6 plate appearances.
That's crazy, dude.
Absolutely nuts. I mean, that just goes to show baseball how it turns around like that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. You're either very cold or you're very hot or you're just kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, so our catcher position has been good all year. I feel like Trevino, and now that Higgy, like, he's hit well in these past couple series. Like, if we see 230, 20 home runs, like 50 RBIs from catcher in the 9-hole, how can you not be happy with that?
And the catcher position right now, the average batting average for a starting catcher this year is like at the 220s. So it's like, do we really need to go out and get someone like a Wilson Contreras from the Cubs?
We don't.
We don't, no. And I've heard Yankee fans say, well, we can always improve. No, we don't.
No.
Why? If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Absolutely. And I think getting Trevino was the best thing we could have ever done for Higashioka, because Higashioka, I mean, before the season, he was going to be the starting catcher. Mm-hmm. He really was. But now him and Trevino can kind of split time, and they're very, very close, it seems. They're always working with one another. That's what you love to see in a locker room.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean,
I feel like this locker room is just so tight. No one cares who's starting over the other. They're all there to help each other because there's one goal in mind, and that's number 28.
Number 28, chase 28. That's
Absolutely.
It. That's the goal.
Yep. So this is probably the least selfish team I think I've ever seen.
Without a doubt.
So, moving on to the Rays series. Game 1, we beat the Rays 2-0. Who pitched that game? Was that Cole versus Kluber? Yeah.
Yes.
That was Cole versus Kluber. They both looked pretty good. There was a really hype play. I think it was the 6th inning with Cole.
Oh, the double play, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. It was like playoff baseball. It really was. I was watching it.
That 6th inning was just crazy because, like, Torres made an absolute gem of a play, and then IKF with the big diving stop and shortstop to prevent the upcoming runs on base.
Yeah.
I mean, that was, like you said, playoff baseball at its finest right there. And then
hype, and he came off the mound. He's like, yeah, let's fucking go, boys.
Yeah, I know. Did you see how, like, he was, like, pointing at IKF, like, that's boy. Yeah. I love seeing that stuff. I mean, that's just, like, that's what you want to see in a baseball team, man. Like, just like, hey, good job, boys. Come on, let's get at it.
God, it's so great to be a Yankee fan right now.
It
And
really
I know there's
is.
going to come a time this season where we're going to be like, oh, what is this team doing?
But we're appreciating
But,
every single moment.
Enjoy it while we can, absolutely. But yeah, that inning for Cole, none of that was like really deserved. Like Cole looked dominant all game.
I
Like he
know.
really pitched very well.
Very.
That inning was like dunk hits and slow dribblers.
Bloopers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, like, this is a discussion we had beforehand outside of this, but you were doubting Cole. Like,
I'm never. So I don't doubt Cole.
Yeah.
I just don't trust Cole.
You don't trust him.
I don't know which Cole's going to show up.
Exactly. That, and I have had that same like feeling about Cole as well. I mean, I feel like every Yankee fan does at this point. But like,
I can't reach it. But there's a Cole jersey up here. You see it? There we go.
Anyways,
he trusts Cole more than I do because he's got the jersey.
yeah, I spent quite the fortune. Anyways, but like you said, you don't know what Cole is coming to. I know it's a past discussion we've had before in our past episodes, but it's a point nonetheless. Are we gonna get the Cole that was in the Twin Series where it's like he gives up back-to-back jacks, solo
5
shots,
home runs,
or
Jesus.
are we gonna see the guy that's gonna be, oh, this is the guy we paid to be,
7 innings, 11 strikeouts. Yeah.
and just like immaculate innings somewhat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this Cole came out. We need him to come out against a dominant pitcher like Corey Kluber,
Yeah.
2-time Cy Young winner.
Yeah.
Might have heard of him. Might have been part of the Yankees at one point or another. But no, this is a big marquee matchup against a rival
Yeah.
that we need him to, to be on his top of his game. Cole is a very hard ass when it comes to this stuff. So he needed this really badly.
That was a mental victory for Cole.
Definitely, yeah. Especially how fresh he looked up to that point.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And he was not playing any games that game. He was straight faced walking in.
Yes.
Like after the last start, he needed to redeem himself, and I think he did. Absolutely.
Yeah. So good for Cole.
Good, absolutely good for Cole. So game 2, we won 4-3. This was Nestor versus Shane McClanahan. Aaron Judge hit a home run off of McClanahan. That was pretty cool.
That was great. Yes.
But the even cooler thing was Higashioka hit a 3-run home run off of McClanahan, which put us up 4-0. There was a couple runs in between, but we ended up winning the game 4-3 off of another save by Clay Holmes, who at this point has 28 scoreless innings in a row, tying the longest streak that Mariano Rivera had in his career. Think about that for a minute.
Unreal. Can I just say this right now? Is it possible for Clay Holmes to win a Cy Young? Like, is that a possibility in the window? Like, I'm being serious. Like,
yeah, I mean,
like last time was what? Eric Gagne, right?
Eric Gagne was the last reliever to win Cy Young.
So why can't it be Clay Holmes? Like,
I feel like the game has changed too much.
Yeah, I know that's true, but like everyone has talked about Shane McClanahan, Cortez, Verlander's even in the discussion, right? Yeah. Why can't it be Clay Holmes? I mean, we haven't seen this much dominance in a closer. I mean, Josh Hader, he's been as dominant as they come, but he even hasn't reached this pinnacle of dominance. No. Like, it's crazy.
And Hader outperforms his previous season every single year.
And that's crazy enough.
And that says a lot because most of the time he has a sub-2 ERA. But Clay Holmes...
0.29.
Is it 0.29?
Look at... It's like... What are we doing here, dude?
Clay Holmes ERA. Let's just.
It says 0.3. It's not 0.3. It is 0.2.
Come on. We need the double digits.
How much?
Where is it?
It was
0.29.
What did I tell you?
And not only. Oh wow, interesting.
What?
This is bolded, so he leads the majors with games pitched too, with 29. So he's pitched the most amount of games and he has the lowest ERA. What the hell?
What are we doing here, dude?
What the hell?
Oh my god.
I didn't even notice that until now. His Ks per 9.
Oh my gosh. It's gotta be like double digits.
No, it's 9.4.
Oh, close.
Yeah.
Very close. Alright, so anyways, we had enough of our fascination of Clay Holmes.
How can you not?
Exactly, yeah. And not even just a Yankee fan, but it's like a baseball fan in general. Like, that's hard to
yeah.
wiffle ball crap.
It literally is wiffle ball crap. You love to see it.
Yes.
The final game against Tampa happened last night. It was the Rizzo show. Earlier in the game, I think what was the pitching matchup? Oh, by the way, scratch from the start for this game was Luis Severino, who went on the COVID-19 IL.
Yes.
They brought Clark Schmidt in, who's wanted to be a starter, and they said, listen, man, you're getting the start today. He pitched 3 scoreless innings and had 5 strikeouts. He looked unbelievable.
Sounds like a starter to me.
Absolutely, but they didn't let him go the distance. They only let him do 3 innings, but I think that's a good start.
Yes.
They brought in Ryan Weber, who they called up, and he pitched like 3.1 innings, I think it was.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He pitched the majority of the pitching for the Yankees that day.
He has like a funky like sidearm delivery. He did give up a home run to Francisco Mejia, which put us down 1-0.
Yes. But
shortly after, Anthony Rizzo came up with an RBI single, and then in the bottom of the 9th, Anthony Rizzo hit a walk-off home run, his first...
crazy.
Was that his first walk-off as a Yankee? No, that was his first home run walk-off as a
Homer
Yankee.
walk-off, because he's done a double.
Yeah.
Or a single. But, that was crazy, man. And then him hitting the gritty. I don't know,
failed
man.
gritty attempt. I don't know. It's kind of sus.
Okay. All right. The Yankees are great at everything else except hitting the damn gritty. So
The only thing the
only
2022
thing that
New York Yankees can't do is hit the gritty.
come on. How about you just don't do it? How about that?
Maybe that's why they're winning, is because they're hitting the gritty.
Oh, come on.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Andrew.
I mean,
Come on.
it's
Don't change anything.
It's pretty damn broken, if you ask me.
If Nesser's in the locker room making coffees for people at the Nasty Nesser Cafe before every game,
Oh my god.
keep doing it, because now, after this win and these 2 series sweeps, we are 47-16, which gives us a 10-game lead in the AL East.
You know what's crazier about that too? We tied the 98 team within that range. So now we're on pace to get the same amount as that team.
I mean, what is...
And that team was phenomenal.
The 98 Yankees are one of the best baseball teams that ever lived.
Yes.
And this team just seems to be on par with it. We haven't seen playoff baseball. People can be like, oh, like strength of schedule and whatnot, but we're beating teams that we should beat. The Twins are a playoff baseball team, whether you like it or not.
And the Rays.
We took 2 of 3. The Rays are a playoff baseball team, whether you like it or not. And we swept.
Come on.
How much more convincing
What
do
do you
we
want
need?
us to say?
Like, yes, we're playing teams like, the Tigers and the Angels when they were terrible, but we swept both of those series. Like, sweeps mean a lot no matter who you're playing. It's not easy to sweep a baseball team.
Nope. It's not easy to win games either.
No.
You got to have that mindset and that caliber of that team to dominate the way they are, no matter who your opponents are.
And what's crazy is I don't even think we've reached our max potential yet. Like, there's still a lot of guys in this locker room that aren't playing insane.
They're not even playing.
They're not even playing that well.
Yeah.
And we don't have our full bullpen strength back. Chapman and Loizaga are down. Like, what we're seeing right now is history. We are seeing history. This game
in the making, my friends.
This team could be 50 wins in mid-June.
That's bro. Come on. Like we will not probably see this again in our lives. Probably not.
So a lot of people that aren't baseball fans, and I've talked about this, people are like, what's like the best record, or what's the most amount of wins that a baseball team has ever had? Because like you'll watch basketball, and there was the Warriors who went like
73.
73-9.
Yeah, and then Bulls were 72-10.
Bulls were 72-10. They were like, oh, what's the best like MLB record of all time? And you tell them like 119 was the most amount of wins ever. That was the Mariners in 2001.
Yes.
They're like 119 out of 162. Like, that's the best record ever. Dude, baseball, it's so hard to win that many
games. You gotta
games.
realize how many games there are and like the amount of people you have to rely on.
Yeah.
Basketball, it's like you can 3 players, right?
Yeah.
Michael, Scotty, and then Dennis or whoever Hornets Grant for the first half.
Or Curry, Durant,
exactly.
and Thompson.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the baseball aspect of it, you have to rely on like more than like many other players.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard to maintain that.
I think we realistically could be seeing a 120-plus game season.
At some point.
But it doesn't matter. Because the only thing that does matter is number 28, because this team is going all in.
Yeah.
I know he joked around about Mike Trout, that trade happening. Like, I don't think it's necessary, but
no.
If you're going to go all in for Trout, it would be now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, why not? Well, you got doubled down, you know?
Yeah.
So.
But, yeah, crazy stuff is happening with Yankees baseball. Like I said before, we have a new format coming up for the podcast. We're going to keep these things much quicker because I think the hour is a little long for some of these,
Right.
and Andrew agrees. So we're in the process of changing up our notes and stuff like that for these videos. So sorry we couldn't get you a full episode today. But one last thing before we go, we are going to New York.
New York.
New York. We are going this Friday, or sorry, next Friday, because today's Friday. A week from today. Oh my God.
I cannot believe it's already here.
Me neither. Me, Andrew, and our buddy JJ, and our buddy Noah, we are going to be going to 2 Yankees games in the Bronx against the Houston Astros. We're going to see Cole versus Verlander. We're going to see Nestor versus Christian Javier.
Christian Javier, yep.
It's going to be insane. So stay tuned for content on that. I'm probably going to piece together a vlog or 2 maybe. Maybe we'll record some stuff like in the hotel room or definitely at the games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned on that. Stay tuned for more videos in the future. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a like down below, comment, subscribe, share with your friends if you're new. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I say so too.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.